Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another DC Multiverse action figure review. Today we're looking at the DC Multiverse McFarlaneToys 89 Michael Keaton Batman figure. And I gotta give a big thanks to McFarlaneToys for sending out this sample my way to review for you guys. If you want to check out the latest from McFarlaneToys, check them out, link is in the description below. They have not asked me to say one thing or another about this figure. All opinions in this video are of my own. And I think this is the second release. Didn't this figure originally come out in a 6-pack or something like that about a year ago? I'm not sure what's different about that figure compared to this one. I know it's definitely different from the Michael Keaton figure that came out for the Flash movie, so I'll definitely be able to compare those two figures in this video. But look at all the accessories right over there, man. Whole lot of stuff coming with this figure. On the side it says Batman 1989. It says Batman on that side. You get a black and white image of Batman coming through the mist, and then not much more up at the top with the window creeping up or at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse figures, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's the new Keaton Batman figure out of the packaging, and damn, I do like this figure a lot. It's definitely very different from the Flash movie version of the Keaton Batman, and yeah, this has got way more accessories. I just love the aesthetics of this more, and it's a totally different figure. I thought maybe they might reuse some stuff, but I'm not seeing anything getting reused on this, which makes me very happy. Anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at the Batman. So here's all the accessories we get with the Batman, and I do think this is a really good number of accessories. Having an unmasked head would have been really cool to have. We only get the one head with the figure. Trading card looks cool. I don't know why they went with the black and white image right over here, but whatever. Looks cool. There's the read up on the back if you want to read it. Pause it now. Get your standard issue display stand right over here. And then you get the cape rods, which is cool to have. I'm glad that we got the cape rods right over here. We also get a complete set of cape rod holding hands. These hands are specifically for holding onto these rods right over here. It's a little tricky to get them to hold, but you know, it'll hold and it works well. All you need to do is just go ahead and weave this through the cape. You could do this whichever way you want, but there's these little slots right over here where you could slide that through and then port the hand on, or you could port it on before. It'll work just fine. We also have the grapple gun, which I really like a lot. I like the sculpt of it. Love how the gold came out over here, so that's pretty damn sweet. We have the batarang right over there, looking pretty cool. I do like the batarang, a little bit of thick batarang. Same thing with these ninja stars, or bat stars, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, they look cool. It's just that I just feel like they're too thick. You know, they could have been flattened a little bit, would have been nice. And then you have his communicator right over here, which is dope. Seeing the bat logo right there with the silver, as well as that little piece. And then you have an uneven set of hands. We talked about the two bat rod holding hands. You have a grapple gun hand right here with the index finger sticking out a little bit more so, paired with a wide open hand right there. And then you have the communicator holding hand, so that has a tighter grip meant for that accessory, so you can see right there. So I do like that they make these separate hands for the specific accessories. That is cool. And then you get a set of fisted hands over here. They're all sculpted out pretty nicely. I like the rib pattern that we see in all of them. They all have this faux leathery look to them. So yeah, I think they look good. So I do have a few complaints about the figure, one of them being this head sculpt over here, which at this very moment, I don't have images in front of me of Michael Keaton as Batman, but I could already tell it doesn't really look that dead on Michael Keaton, but it does look a little better compared to the Flash version right over here, and you can see the ears are way better on this newer one. These ears do look a bit weird right over there. Comparing this to the NECA Toys Michael Keaton Batman figure, I do feel like this one looks a little bit more like Michael Keaton, but it is a little exaggerated, I think, with the wrinkles and everything. And then looking at what I think is the best sculpted Michael Keaton head is the Mezco 112 Collective. I mean, that looks dead on Michael Keaton Batman to me, so I think they did a great job with that. You can also see how the cowl kind of comes down over here as one piece as it was in the movie. I do appreciate them actually breaking that up because while, yeah, in real life he couldn't move his neck and head around, it is better as an action figure to be able to do that, but you lose the accuracy of how it was actually depicted in the film. I do like how the eyebrows and the mask look and everything. The flesh tone doesn't look too bad. Again, I like how the ears look. Then here's the back of the cowl. Another gripe I have is just the way this cape just showed up really wrinkly around here, and it's just a little bit odd. I can shift it around, so I like that I'm able to kind of move it forward. I'm able to slide it back and get it out of the way, so that's pretty cool. I do love the logo. It looks like there is a little bit of a yellow trim around the black part of the bat. It should just be black instead of black and yellow, right? I feel like a little bit of black paint is missing there, so it's not the worst of the gripes that I have, but yeah, it's there. Torso looks really good. I like the armor and everything. The gold belt looks great. I really like that. Arms look pretty good. I love how the gauntlets came out. We got the spikes right over here. So yeah, that looks pretty badass. Here's looking at the back of the figure. Bat butt, bat legs. You can see those big old pins sticking out over there. And then the boots look pretty damn... And I gotta say, the boots look pretty damn good, too. I do like how they came out. These shingles right over here. You get... Are these Air Jordans? Wow, it's crazy to me that... Yeah, they're Air Jordans. I can't recognize them. I don't know if they have like the details down for them to be Air Jordans, but I'm assuming they do. I like that they have these little sculpted wrinkles right here in these joints, though. That's pretty cool. Then the cape itself, it's not my favorite material. I actually kind of like this material, this softer material, a little bit more. I guess they're trying to go a little bit leathery, kind of. So it's not awful, but it's just not my preference. You know, you can see the stitching right over here for those cape rod sheaths that we have. But, you know, they did the cape justice as far as cutting it like a bat wing. It does look good. I like it. As I look at this figure farther away, that lack of neck is just bothering me more and more. That neck should be thicker, even with the joint there. Anyway, articulation is just okay on this guy. I wish I did like the articulation more. He does look up a decent amount, but not a whole ton. He will look down. You get side-to-side motion, and you get that head pivoting right over there. You have the butterfly joint shifting forward and back, shifting up and down only a tiny bit. Shoulder moves outward at 90, moves in. You could rotate a full 360, just move that cape out of the way. You have that bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrists are on a pin and a hinge. You could rotate in any direction you want. And then you have the diaphragm cut here, diaphragm pivot, which is really, really good. And he only crunches forward a tiny bit, crunches back more so with the waist cut right there. You can see the waist will swing side to side. With both the waist and diaphragm joints, he'll pivot that far. So that's pretty cool. With both the waist and diaphragm joints, he'll move forward that much, which actually looks pretty good. I guess that waist joint really helps a lot. Same thing with moving back. And then, man, I wish these legs were closer together. They're just very far apart, even compared to some other McFarlaneToys figures. You can see the legs go out pretty far. He can kick forward up at 90 degrees. I don't try to leave him posed like that. You can see this whole hip section is getting stretched, so I do try to be mindful of that. It will move back. No real upper thigh cut as per usual. Like I said, this is very typical McFarlaneToys. Double jointed knees. Ankles do move down. They do move up even with this little piece right over here, but I try to be careful with that because I feel like eventually that may pop off if I keep pushing it. You could rotate the ankle side to side. You do get ankle pivot and toe articulation. Now to measure out the height of this Michael Keaton Batman figure, you can see that to the top of the ears, he's at about 7.5 inches tall, maybe just a little under. Then for your McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse Batman comparison, or Michael Keaton Batman comparison, you can see we have the Flash movie version right there, next to this 89 movie version right here. I never got that 6-piece box set that had the first McFarlaneToys 89 Batman figure in it. I don't know if this is the same exact thing as that or not. Please let me know in the comment section if you know. And here's our 89 DC Multiverse Michael Keaton Batman next to my Mezco 112 Collective Michael Keaton 89 Batman, and we have the NECA Toys version right over here. And yeah, this one still looks the very best to me. This one's second. I would say this third. Yeah, I wish I did like the head sculpt more. I mean, you could see with the cowl shape right over there, it just doesn't have the same silhouette. And here's the 89 Batman next to our 78 Superman, Christopher Reeve Superman, looking really cool next to this Michael Keaton Batman. I don't know if you noticed, I tried adjusting the cape so that this would drape forward a little bit more. I wish they gave it a little bit more cape just so this could kind of fall more towards the front of the figure more. That would have been nice, but it's got this little lip right over here where it wants to kind of flip upward. Just looks a little bit odd. Then here's our 89 Batman next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, look at you. With all those wonderful toys. Not one action figure. Not one. Oh, come on. Get out of here. And some people think you're the best Batman. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, and you want to spread some love, warm my soul, well, you can hit that like button. I certainly do appreciate it. And if you want to go the extra mile on the soul warming, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do have more DC Multiverse figure reviews coming to the channel, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you want to support the content, well, hey, that goes a long way as well. So you can hit that join button if you wish. And this Batman figure, I'm happy it was made. I'm happy I have one. But damn, man, I am more bummed out than excited with the figure, to be honest with you. I just think the head sculpt, the cowl sculpt more than anything, that's what's disappointing me. It just doesn't have the silhouette of the 89 Batman with its clunky 89 glory. You know what I mean? It's not really the very best look, you know, of course, with the lack of mobility and everything, but it's like I want the figure to look like that Batman, and just having that neck looking really thin over there, not having those necklines line up with the side of the head, it's just throwing me off as far as the aesthetic goes with this Michael Keaton 89 Batman figure. So yeah, because of that, and you know, there's some things with the articulation that are a little bit I feel like the legs thing bothers me a little bit. The ankles, not a huge deal, but it is kind of tricky moving the ankles around some, you know? And then I complained about the cape too. So it's like, if I have them on display with those cape rods and the wingspan spread out like that, that's probably my favorite display option with this guy. And I do like that he comes with a lot of accessories. That's pretty cool too. So there are definitely good things about him. I'm glad he's made in this scale for the DC Multiverse, so I'm still happy to have it. It's just the figure let me down more than got me all hella pumped. So at the price point of around $25, I'm going to give this Michael Keaton Batman figure a Sud rating of meh. It's not too bad. And I'd like to know what you guys think. You gotta let me know what you think, right? It's part of this whole YouTube thing, so let me know in the comment section below what you gotta say about it. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,